Hello everybody, Sussex Biker here. Just going to do a review of my Street Triple. I've had the bike about, I think I said 7-8 months. I've had it about 9 months actually. And I thought I'd give it a go of doing a review, walk round review, um, my views and experiences of having this bike. As you can see, it's a 2012 Street Triple. I'm sure you know it's 675cc. Produces about 105 horsepower and weighs about 185 kilos. First thing is the looks. A lot of people dislike the headlights, these headlights. I personally love them. I think they look fantastic, but I know a lot of people prefer the earlier bikes. Well, I think 2011 was around the change point. I know a lot of people prefer the round ones, and I've seen on the web both ways. Some people have put early headlights on late bikes, and some people have put late headlights on early bikes. So it's all a matter of opinion. I love the lights. I think it looks different. One of my friends says it reminds him of a beaker from the Muppets. It's got upside down forks, which I particularly like. Gold. I think they make it look cool. My one's just a Street Triple, not an R. This colour is called Imperial Purple. I personally, again, I like the colour, but I would say that I chose it. I know a lot of people don't. It reminds me of a big purple one out of Quality Street, and it's different. Gets a lot of looks. I've done a couple of mods or enhancements. I've fitted a radiator guard, BO Wolf one, just to protect the radiator. I fitted some R&G crash bungs, and I've actually fitted a tank guard, just an Oxford one, and I've actually put some clear vinyl to try and protect the tank. You can get a proper Triumph kit, it's about 45 quid. I ought to really get that. I just bought some cheap vinyl off eBay and sort of cut a shape and put it on. So yeah, I mean, being a naked, it is incredibly hard to clean, or hard to keep clean. You may laugh, but I've actually got a leaf blower, so I wash it off and then I actually chamois it off the best I can, and then I use a leaf blower to get, because there's so many nooks and crannies you wouldn't believe. So it is a hard bike. You can't just do a quick clean. It normally takes me 2 to 3 hours to clean it. The thing I do want to get, and I would recommend getting, is a rear hugger, because the amount of crap that gets flicked up, I don't know if you can see that, but the amount of crap that gets flicked up off the back tyre. I believe you can also get like a cloth thing to protect the shock. I mean, I don't know how good the standard hugger is of protecting it, but I really ought to get one because it is a real bugger. I haven't done anything else to it. I mean, you can get some arrow cans for it. I'd love to get those, but they're quite expensive. I've done about 2,000 miles since I've had the bike. It's been good. The only things really, there's a recall going on at the moment on the indicators. I had one indicator break, October I think it was, and they replaced it. And then I had another one break the earlier this month, and I went in and they've done all four. So there's a recall for that. There was a recall for the regulator rectifier on them. Mine hasn't had that. And the only other issue so far really is I noticed the clutch cable is rubbing the inside of the fork, which is a bit annoying. I'm in conversations with the dealer at the moment. I mean, we checked quite a few streets and speed triples, and they're all doing it to some extent. There's no clip here, you see, so it just fouls on the inside of the fork, which is a bit annoying. I wish there's stuff called Venture Shield. I wish I'd got that, because it's got a belly pan on it, which is an accessory, so is the fly screen, and these colour coded infills, they're an extra. But the mud guard, it does chip really badly. Paint does seem quite soft on, but I think that's all modern bikes really. I think modern water-based paints, they're quite soft. So that's a bit annoying really. A couple of other little niggles. The lock to undo the seat. Again, I don't know if this is coming out. Sounds stupid. It's quite awkward to get out, to get in. I'll try and do it now. There you go. It's really quite, now the seat's off, you can see it's quite awkward to get that in. There's not a lot of room really. You don't get a toolkit. That's your tool. That's your toolkit. That and that. That's a prop for holding up the tank because the fuse box is under the tank, and that's an Allen key for undoing the tank. That's it. That's your toolkit. Okay. And the other thing sounds silly, but again, getting the key in the ignition, it's a bit fiddly, but you can do it. So yeah, the dash, I do like the dash. You turn it on, it does its self-check thing. These blue lights you can set for different rev limits. It's got a lap timer. I've never really used that. No fuel gauge. You just got a fuel light. I believe the 2013 Street Triple has got a fuel gauge. So this light comes on and they reckon you've got about 30 miles before you need to fill up. Temperature gauge, gear position indicator, clock, which is handy. No alarm immobiliser is standard. Again, I believe on the 2013 it is standard. Not on the previous models, which was a bit annoying to find that out. I know it doesn't probably make much difference, but it would have been nice to have. So if we start it up, and the first thing that strikes you is you've got that lovely Triumph whine. I mean, it is addictive. It's such a beautiful sound. I would say that I'm biased. Just like that. It's like a whistle. That's what it sounds like at the back end. Don't know if the camera's picking that up. So yeah, that's it does sound quite good. Even better with a set of arrows, I would think. Right, so what I'll do is we'll do a bit of a road test and I'll give you my opinions on the road. Right, well the first thing again, the thing you notice first is the engine. Do love the noise. It's a very torquey engine. It's you can either just plod it along, or you can, you know, down it a few gears and you can absolutely cane it. I know it's not an out-and-out sports bike and it's only a 675, but believe you me, it's powerful enough. It will put a smile on your face. It puts a smile on my face. The engine is really torquey. I mean, with my missus on the back, sixth gear 30 mile an hour, it will pull. Not fast, but you can wind the throttle on and it will pull. And that's 2 up. The gearbox is nice and positive on it. When I went to road test one, I test rode the Street Triple R, which has different brakes and fully adjustable suspension, and yeah, you do notice it. But having said that, I'm never going to scratch the surface of this bike, so it wasn't worth me buying a Street Triple R. I didn't think. Yes, you could feel the difference in the brakes, but the suspension, I'm never going to exceed the suspension on this bike. I don't think. Handling wise, it's flickable. It feels light. The riding position is nice and comfortable. I came from a Honda CBR 600F and it did hurt my wrists. This is lovely. It's comfortable. Another criticism actually is the seat. The seat on this bike, it's okay for short journeys. It's mid journeys fine, but I rode to Oxford and back a couple of weeks ago and I had a numb arse by the time I got home. I believe they do a gel seat. It's quite expensive, 170 quid, something like that. Don't know if it makes any difference. Some people say it does, some people say it doesn't. So yeah, the seat does give you a bit of a numb arse. The other thing, of course, being a naked, is when you start getting up to 3-figure speeds. Not that I ever would, officer. You know, you get a lot of wind blast, but then in a way that's not a bad thing, because it's telling you, it's saying, look, you know, you're going a bit too fast, you might need to slow it down a bit. All about top end on this bike, how it's a sort of 60, 70, 80, 90, it's a hoot. I guarantee if you ride one of these and pin the throttle, you will smile and you will want one, because that's what's happened to me. The noise, the roar, when you start opening it up, the roar of the induction is just addictive. It's so addictive, and that's the thing. It does try and obviously the more you ride it like a pinning it, the fuel consumption goes down. I mean, riding it gently, I get around about 40 to 45 to the gallon. It's supposed to be about a 17.5 litre tank or 18 litre tank. I normally get around 120 miles before the light comes on, and then I generally do put fuel in. But then I normally only get about 11, 12 litres back in maybe. But I use a fuel app called Fuely, and it works out your MPG, and like I say, I'm normally around 40 to 45. What else can I say? The brakes are adequate, not to Street Triple R standards, but no complaints. Controls are light. It rides well 2-up. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not super comfy, it's not an out and out tourer. So, the home of this bike is on the B road really. A commute, you can ride it around town, it's quite narrow, you can filter with it quite happily. But, twisty B roads is where this bike's happiest and where it comes alive. When you get a string of series of corners together and you get every single one right, it's just, fantastic. It absolutely loves it. Just to try and demonstrate the torque to you. I don't know if there's anything behind me. There is. I'm in 6th gear at 30 miles an hour, okay? Just try and demonstrate the torque of this thing. Right, 30. Just going to pull the throttle back. There we go. 41, 47, 50, 53, 55, 61, 70. And that's in 6th. It's impressive, it really is impressive. So in summary, my opinion, it's a brilliant bike, always puts a smile on your face. Engine note is so addictive. Ride one, I don't think you'd be disappointed. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. Thanks for watching, and any comments, any questions, anything I've missed, just leave a comment. Until next time, goodbye.